But we do have a schedule that we need to get going. The dinner will be served at 7.
Died October 31st, 1995. Memories of Chief Page from Ian Winflamen. Chief Page and I became friends, and we would sit and talk before we'd seen ever. She helped me in ways I cannot explain, and we had a great friendship. She was a great sounding board and mentor who always had time to listen to the truth. She was energetic and dedicated to her job and doing the best she could. When Mary passed, I felt like I had lost my mentor and was at a loss for quite some time. I still think of her now and then and feel sad that she was taken at such a young age. Seaman Ruben D. Perez from Houston, Texas, Deck Department, 2nd Division, born October 11, 1975, died June 18, 1997. Seaman Perez worked hard and earned a recommendation and spot in MAA school. Just prior to our maiden voyage, he left the Arctic to attend school. It was on the completion of graduating MAA school that he was tragically killed in a car accident. Seaman DC-3 Dennis P. Moore, Jr. from Elmira, Ohio. Deck Department, 2nd Division, Engineering Department, Damage Control Division. May 19th, 1976, December 7th, 1999. I had words on here somewhere, it escaped from DC-2 Hudson. I apologize, and I will have it on here somehow. But these are actually pictures of him on our commissioning day, and we have the pleasure of having his parents here, which are the only parents. Seaman, Army Specialist James E. Powell from Mark Center, Ohio, Deck Department, 1st Division, born February 27, 1977, died October 12, 2003 in Operation Iraqi Freedom. BM3/1 Michael Pernicelli from Brighton, New York, Deck Department, 1st Division, born February 9, 1977, died April 24, 2004, also in Iraq, Operation Iraqi Freedom. I need to adjust here real quick to play this. There you go. Hopefully it's gonna come.
24 April 2004, the Arabian Gulf. Bosun's Mate First Class Petty Officer Michael J. Pernicelli leads 6 other sailors from USS Firebolt, manning a rigid-hull inflatable boat to enforce an exclusion zone around a major Iraqi oil terminal. When an unidentified fishing dhow heading directly for the oil terminal fails to respond to the RIB's bridge-to-bridge queries and loud hailer directions, Petty Officer Pernicelli orders his craft to reposition itself between the dhow and the terminal. Abruptly, the dhow alters course toward the RIB and explodes at close range, overturning the RIB and killing Petty Officer Pernicelli instantly. The explosion alerts other security forces, who quickly intercept 2 other explosives-laden boats. Fellow Petty Officers Christopher Watts and Nathan Bruckenthal were also in the same RIB and also perished. Through the heroic actions of Petty Officer Michael Pernicelli and his security team, a large-scale attack was averted that could have resulted in catastrophic damage to the oil facilities. For his actions, Petty Officer Pernicelli was posthumously awarded the Bronze Star. 24 April.
No, sorry. I need to have a little glitch here, Nick. I need to get to the next slide. It's gonna start playing it again, I think. There we go. No, I have it, but you don't.
Try again.
Huh?
Try again.
Try again. I'm pressing next. this is where we meet. Gift. He was kind to all, but he would set somebody straight if they needed a little extra guidance. Mikey will always be remembered as a man who loved his family on land and always loved his family at sea. Mikey died doing what he loved, and we should always respect that and thank him for that. Rest in peace, Pern. MAC Christopher Halbert from St. Mary's, Pennsylvania, Admin Division, born December 19, 1959, died November 9, 2007. From MA2 Derek Oglesby, I just wanted to tell you who Chris Halbert was to me. A good-hearted man. If you ever met him, you would know he never stressed anything and was very open as a friend and an easy listener when you needed to vent. I can't think of one time he ever got angry at anyone. My fondest memory was when he reported to the ship. I reported to the ship as a BM2, and he took me under his wing and helped me convert to MA2 without any hesitation because he believed in me. He is definitely a good man and will be missed by everyone he came in contact with. HT3 Raymond Ravitz from Brownsville, Texas, Engineering Department, Damage Control. Born January 25th, 1973, and died March 21st, 2008. From Teresa Flores, I remember the first day I met Ray. He was all smiles, always happy. Ray seemed so tough on the outside, but he had the biggest heart on the inside. Turned a bad day into a good day, because according to him, others had it worse than us. He had the corniest jokes ever that you couldn't help but laugh at. Ray was always willing to help anyone out, especially if it was to lift heavy things, because he was proud of his guns. There was never a dull moment with Ray. He was definitely a ray of sunshine. His friendship was a blessing. Rest in peace, Rebus. BM2 Darren Big Country Couch from Clark County, Mississippi. Deck Department, Race Division. Born June 16, 1966, died November 6, 2009. GM2 Christian Bach summed up many shipmates' words about BM2 Couch passing the best by saying, of all of our shipmates who passed, this one hits hard. Couch was truly a friend and loved by everyone on the Arctic from the early days. Tons of knowledge, hardest working SOB, said with heart. Strong as an ox, upbeat and willing to help anyone with anything. Truly was a good guy. Rest in peace, boats. GM1 Rodney Shivers from Brooklyn, New York. Deck Department, Gunnery Division. Born December 16, 1966. Died July 6, 2009. Seaman BM3 Richard L. Caldera from Blythe, California. Deck Department, Race Division. January 6, 1976, died January 3rd, 2015. Cal was a steady rock, always there working or turning to in evolutions. My favorite memory of him was when he got capped to 3rd class. At the end of the ceremony, he had people around congratulating him, but he made a beeline to me. I will always treasure the look of pride and emotion in his eyes as he came over, hugged me, and said, thank you. And I told him, thank you, BMC Zickafus. William Eddie Radcliffe from Johnson City, Tennessee. Born June 1st, 1973, died November 20th, 2015. And this is from his obituary. It is with our heaviest of hearts that we are missing one of our own today. He had such a caring heart and would do anything for anyone. We are so shocked at the loss of our friend and teammate, Eddie. You will be missed in many people's lives that you have come in contact with over the years. Your Cyclone family will miss your spirit, smile, laugh, and compassion, as well as your competitiveness in a game we all love. Rest in peace, our sweet, sweet friend who will never be forgotten. DT3, Trevor Andrew Zarang, Taz, from Ardenville, Louisiana. Born November 17, 1971, died July 1st, 2016. Trevor was the first friend I made on the Arctic. He didn't make fun of me as I cried when the dentist had to remove a very sore tooth. He waited until we were around about 50 people on the mess decks and then really rubbed it in. I loved him for that. Shipmate Michael Poole. YN2, LN1, Nefertiti K. Horton from Columbia, Kentucky. Admin Department. February 28, 1978, died May 19, 2017. QM2, Benjamin Patrick Belden from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Navigation Department. Born October 18, 1977, died January 5, 2019. Words from QM2 Belden's obituary. Benjamin never met a person he couldn't make laugh. His personality filled rooms with light, and his laughter was contagious. His language of choice was movie quotes. He made an impact on everyone he encountered and will be missed greatly. We wait for the day when we once again can ask him, "Who told you that, Benjamin?" BM2 Anthony Q. Robinson from Detroit, Michigan. Born October 21st, 1965, died September 18, 2019. BM2 Robinson reached the rank of BM1 before retiring with 20 years. He continued serving at Norfolk Naval Shipyard, supervising contracted security. His friend and shipmate BM2 Heron said of him, he was a great sailor and even better friend. Seaman recruit Stephen Stanford from New Orleans, Louisiana, Deck Department, 1st Division. Courtney McNeil writes of her shipmate, he was an all-around good guy, and honestly, good-hearted, strong inside and out. BM2 Derek L. Hill from Pritchard, Alabama, Deck Department, Race Division, May 7, 1974, died December 7, 2016. Shipmate Joe Freeland said of his friend, Boats always spoke highly of his wife and family. HM3-1, Carolyn B. Douglas from Ohio, Medical Department, born August 27, 1967, died December 12, 2018. From her memorial, Carolyn was a caring, genuine, compassionate person to her friends, and they shared the same sentiments toward her. BM2 David L. Barnes from Mississippi, Deck Department, 2nd Division, born July 24, 1968. BM1 Reginald Fields from Texas, Deck Department, Race Division, born August 27, 1967, and died July 14, 2019. GM1 Mark E. Kennedy from West Virginia, Deck Department, Gunnery Division, August 31st, 1957, and died February 25th, 2021. Shipmate Patrick Arison writes, Mark was a great mentor while we served together in the Navy. I'm very sorry for your loss. Rest in peace, Gunner. We have the watch. EM3 Andre Costales Freyes from Mayimbo, Puerto Rico, Engineering Department, Electrical Division, born December 23rd, 1976, died July 24th, 2021, our very most recent. Andre's shipmate spoke highly of him, saying he was a good man and shipmate. He leaves behind a young son. His family plans to take his ashes back to Puerto Rico. And that is our shipmates, I believe 22 in all. For Michael Poole, for all of our shipmates we have lost, for all our friends with whom we have nothing but fond memories. Some of you have drifted out of our lives, but never out of our hearts. You will be forever loved and remembered. You may have passed without notice or fanfare. You will, though, be missed by all of us. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Kevin Hilberner, who's going to do a review of the Arctic COs.
Let's see, where is it? Let me press the presentation. Is this all? Oh my God. One moment, please.
Five of them that have served on board the USS Arctic. Each of the Arctic's 5 commanding officers led her crew through various stages and events during her short life in the U.S. Navy. Although she belongs to the Military Sealift Command now, she brought to life tested, worked, drove, qualified, and seasoned by many sailors, led by the following men. Captain John H. O'Neill led the Arctic through her final build trials, on-load, numerous certifications, and moved to her home port in September 16th, 1995 to July 3rd, 1996. Captain Jack O'Neill is from Wilson, North Carolina. He received his commission from the Officer Candidate School in Newport, Rhode Island in July 1969. During his career, he served in various commands as navigator, gunnery assistant, ops boss, executive officer, and commanding officer before becoming Arctic's first captain. Affectionately named Batman by the crew for his uncanny way of showing up in spaces without anyone being aware. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now? All right, excellent. You can be assured that when you have a capstans painted with the Batman symbol, you the man. We have a few crew members that sent in some comments. There's 2 of them. The first one is from MSSAYN1 Valerie Heck. What can we say about a commanding officer like Captain O'Neill? We can say he did a superb job managing his crew. We can say he has been a consistent and fair but firm leader. We can discuss his career and his superior performance with the accomplishments of the Arctic and her crew. But none of this would begin to describe the caliber of the man we had leading us daily. He was our captain, our surrogate father, our mentor, and our friend. He was essentially raising all of us while he was raising his own children. He saw more in each of us than we saw within ourselves. I am personally grateful for the patience and chances this man has given me, and I owe him my career in the Navy for simply not giving up on me. I can never thank him enough for that. His humble nature will likely never recognize the impact he has had on all of us. But I will surely never forget or take that impact lightly. I proudly raise my glass to Captain O'Neill. He is not one of the good ones. He is the best. From Lieutenant Donald Voschel. My fondest and most educating moments of Captain O'Neill was our daily walks about the ship. We went everywhere and not just in deck bases. He always had questions or comments about a space or piece of equipment or even something personal. I always came away from our hour or so having learned something about him, myself, the Navy, or of course, Arctic. It was truly a highlight in my day. My second fondest memory was his complete trust in my abilities as a ship handler, standing underway, OOD, and leadership skills, and the knowledge of the ship systems as a CDO. He once ranked me as department head, and I now rank him as number 1 of 13 commanding officers during my career. We now have a message from NSN BMSN Coy. See if this works. Need access.
Just press next.
Okay.
Get over that.
Well, it's requesting access. Next. It's not working.
That's how it motivates you to do computer stuff. That's not.
June 30th, 1999 to December 13th, 2000. Captain Kurtzke started his naval career as an enlisted aviation mechanics mate in 1972. He obtained his bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering, received his commission, and shortly thereafter became a naval aviator. He flew a few various squadrons and deployed numerous times while piloted more than 30 aircraft types. He accumulated more than 5,500 flight hours and over 500 arrested landings. He went through prospective executive officer training and following years served, receiving orders for USS Theodore Roosevelt XO. In 1999, he became Arctic's 4th commanding officer, leading her through the remaining of her 3rd deployment and drawdown period. The 5th commanding officer was Captain and Rear Admiral Gary Ronald White, who led the Arctic through the 3rd and final deployment as a U.S. naval warship for decommissioning and change of command to military Sealift Command from December 13th, 2000 to June 14th, 2002. Admiral White was commissioned as a naval officer and subsequently designated naval aviator, in which he flew numerous aircraft, attended Top Gun, and became an adversary instructor. Admiral White served in numerous aviation commands, as well as aide to the Command-in-Chief, Allied Forces Southern Europe, U.S. Naval Forces Europe, NATO headquarters, and Naples, Italy, and U.S. Navy headquarters in London, England. Unfortunately, we won't get that comment. So our second commanding officer on board the Arctic was Captain Walter Richmond Norman. He commanded the Arctic from July 3rd, 1996 to April 24th, 1998, in Leisure through her first deployment. Captain Norman began his career in 1965 when he enlisted in the Naval Reserve while still in high school. It was through the Navy Reserve that he earned his admission to the United States Naval Academy, graduating as an ensign in 1970. Throughout his career, he served in 9 ships in various capacities during ASW officer, first lieutenant, engineering officer, operations officer, weapons officer, executive officer, and 3 tours of commanding officer. Ashore Captain Lorman served twice with the staff of the commander, Naval Surfaces Atlantic, and in the staff of Chief of Naval Operations and Supreme Adlai Commanding Atlantic. Upon his retirement from the Navy in 2000, Captain Lorman worked for Booz Allen Hamilton as a consultant on numerous Navy and U.S. Coast Guard contracts until he fully retired at the end of 2019 to spend his time on the beach with Lynn, his wife of 50 years. Next, we have a letter that Captain Lorman provided to us. Lynn and I are very sorry we can't be with you tonight as you celebrate the 26th anniversary of the USS Arctic's commissioning. Having commanded the Arctic in 1996 to 98 was a highlight of my Navy career. The spirit and the drive displayed daily by the officers and the crew were inspirational and set the highlight standards of professional excellence. In September 1995, not knowing I was someday going to become her commanding officer, Lynn and I attended the Arctic's commissioning ceremony. Captain Jack O'Neill was Arctic's commissioning commanding officer, and because our families had known each other over numerous years, we wanted to wish him the best as he continued on the journey that would bring the Arctic to life. As we walked down the pier, of course, we're impressed with the size and capability we saw before us. But more importantly, we saw the faces of a crew that was extraordinarily proud of their ship and eager to join the fleet. It was an impression that Lynn and I talked about for weeks after the ceremony. The spirit we saw on that September day carried forward throughout my time as a commanding officer. No matter the challenge, the crew always was up for it and proved that it could do anything our nation asked. Arctic's 1997 maiden deployment to the Mediterranean Sea and Persian Gulf produced many sea stories that I will continue to tell and embellish at every opportunity. Just ask Lynn. From our unwrap of Her Majesty's yacht, the Britannia, and the visit by SecNav Dalton to ports throughout Europe and the Gulf states, represented by the best of America, and made me proud to serve with you. In closing, those of you who were assigned to the Arctic with me recall a tradition we started to recite the Sailor's Creed at the beginning of each ceremony. During my change of command, I asked Electronics Warfare Specialist First Class Teresa Thurman to recite this creed. Is Teresa in the audience?
Yes, I am. Actually, if you can all read, I would like for all of you to join in reciting it. I am a United States sailor. I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, and I will obey the orders of those appointed over me. I represent the fighting spirit of the Navy and those who have gone before me to defend freedom and democracy around the world. I proudly serve my country's Navy combat team with honor, courage, and commitment. I am committed to excellence and the fair treatment of all. Thank you.
Lynn and I wish you and your families the very best. Your service to the Navy and our nation is truly appreciated. You are the best. Dick Lorman, Captain, U.S. Navy, retired. The third commanding officer was Captain David Longston, who led the Arctic through pre-deployment workups and part of our second deployment from April 24th, 1998 to June 30th, 1999. Captain Longman is from Hagerstown, Maryland. He entered the U.S. Navy in September 1971 as a midshipman from the University of South Carolina. He reported to flight school and after designated a naval aviator. He served various aviation commands and completed 4,500 flight hours, 550 carrier landings. Before becoming Arctic's third commanding officer, he completed tours as commanding officer of a few aviation squadrons and executive officer of the USS Enterprise. Our fourth commanding officer was Captain Martin Urtzi, led the Arctic through the second half of her deployment and subsequent maintenance and upkeep period from June 30th, 1999 to December 13th, 2000. Captain Artsy started his naval career as an enlisted aviation mechanics mate in 1972. He obtained his bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering, received his commission, and shortly thereafter became a naval aviator. He flew a few various squadrons and deployed numerous times while piloted more than 30 aircraft types. He accumulated more than 5,500 flight hours and over 500 arrested landings. He went through prospective executive officer training and following years served, receiving orders to the USS Theodore Roosevelt XO. In 1999, he became Arctic's 4th commanding officer, leading her through the remaining of her 3rd deployment and drawdown period. The 5th commanding officer was Captain and Rear Admiral Gary Ronald White, who led the Arctic through her 3rd and final deployment as a U.S. naval warship, her decommissioning and change of command to Military Sea Lift Command from December 13th, 2000 to June 14th, 2002. Admiral White was commissioned as a naval officer and subsequently designated a naval aviator, in which he flew numerous aircraft, attended Top Gun, and became an adversary instructor. Admiral White served in numerous aviation commands, as well as aide to the Command-in-Chief, Allied Forces Southern Europe, U.S. Naval Forces Europe, NATO headquarters in Naples, Italy, and U.S. Navy headquarters in London, England. During his tour, he was selected as operational command and eventually became aboard USS Arctic as her final commanding officer. A few years in commands later, in 2009, Admiral White returned to command as a commander, Strike Force Training Atlantic, where he oversaw the training, assessment, certification of U.S. Navy and U.S. Marine Corps forces until he transitioned to civilian sector in October 2010. So let's hear it for all our captains and COs that serve on board the USS.
At this time, I'm hoping that they will start serving dinner. Please enjoy the dinner. And during the first 15-20 minutes, Seaman Coy had recorded, he couldn't make it, so he recorded some of his music that I remember he always on the fantail playing his saxophone. And I hope everybody enjoys it. Enjoy your meal. The first 15-20 minutes, Seaman Coy had recorded, he couldn't make it, so he recorded some of his music that I remember he always on the fantail playing his saxophone. And I hope everybody enjoys it.
panels for no cost at install and get paid more than $2,039 after the panels are installed at home. Here's how it works. First, you have to see if you qualify for this limited time offer like the button below. If you qualify, then these brand new solar panels and Generac backup battery from your receiver can offset the electric bill, potentially saving